Good morning, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today is Wednesday, September 5th, 2018. We're looking at the crude oil market, and I'm just fixing my chart here, and also my spreadsheet, and also the price ladder. So I want to go. Today's ADR is 14. Debating between 14 and 16. And a 3P target today is 51 to set the start. So that's what we have. So we've increased. Yesterday we were at ADR of 12. So we've increased by 2 points. What am I talking about? This measurement right here, 1.40, or risk R, 1R, is what I'm talking about. How far is the average daily range, or range of movement, average range of movement before a turnaround, one way or the other. And right now, with looking back at 9 trading days, it's 14. Now, it's all relative. It doesn't mean that it's going to go 14. It could go 5. It could go 8. It can go 25. But it's just looking at statistics and saying, okay, this is what the last 9 trading days did. What are we planning on doing? So it smooths out the highs, smooths out the lows, and then you have your median range. So right now, the median range in this case is 14. And you can see the 1P profit target, if we're after 1R, the 1P profit target is 17. And really what I'm looking for when I put on a trade is try to have enough profit to run a 3P target. At minimum, I always like to say I want to get a 2P target. So today that would mean I want 34 ticks when I enter the trade if I'm willing to risk 14. If you take 34 and divide it into 14, then you get your 2.43 today. So your win to loss, I guess, or profit to loss ratio in that case, or however you want to look at that number. And if you look at 17 against 14, once again, you'll notice that although it's 1.21, the 17 is greater than the 14. So that's one of the keys that I believe that any plan needs to have, is that you don't want to go dollar for dollar loss against win. You want to try to take away more on even your minimal win. In this case, if it only went 1P, I have the ability, if it comes back through, to get 17 instead of going at break even. It's a difficult decision to make. It's a little bit easier to go to 1P when it's up over 20, 25 or so. But anything that's under 20 is really hard to move in to that 1P mark when the market's usually pretty close to it. Anyway, so that's the nutshell of the spreadsheet today that I want to talk about. Downside pressure on the GAN side, you're looking at 68.16. So I think we have a low of 68.67. And so we've got another 50 ticks available, I guess, down to the GAN number. This is kind of interesting. Look at the GAN 190-degree angle sitting at 6.777. That's kind of interesting. And it's to really get down to close to the devil number, it's got to go a 315-degree angle, which is that's asking a lot of the market. Now, if we look at average range of movement today, it being 12P, or halfway into that, 68.40 to 70.46, we've got pretty close to this. We've actually been, looks like between 4 to almost 5P down from the open, and if we look at our high of 57, we haven't really went 1P up. So obviously, if you're looking at what side's stronger right now, you would say, well, the short side's stronger. Where is it trading? It's trading between pivot and S1 right now, and we're coming up to the 9 o'clock, or was it 8 o'clock? Yeah, 8 o'clock Central. I always think my time 9 o'clock, but 8 o'clock Central Chicago time. we're coming up to that, and we don't really have any volume figures to speak of. No, there's a one volume figure that's been above 1,000 that came in at 128 this morning, um, which has already been played out. So honestly, what we're looking for is a new volume bar to come on the charts to show us some form of direction one way or the other, and then make our decisions from there. So what I'm going to do my best to do right now is stand aside. I mean, that's kind of the hardest part for me, is to say, all right, well, this is what the market's doing. Let's just not jump in and say, all right, it's just going to go down because I want it to go down. I want to see some confirmation in the form of some volume in this case, and which way it wants to go. Ideally, what I like to see is maybe a move up, pressing to the pivot with some high volume, and then a sell-off after that. So that would be an ideal situation. Or we could see the opposite of that. We could see a sell-off into that, some high volume on the other side, and then a buy opportunity coming up through there. We'll see which way this market wants to take it today. Looking at top down, we're still a long way away from that trend line that I've drawn on the charts. Let's move this over a little bit so you can see it. So this was the prior trend. I mean, it really would have to fall a lot to get down to where that line. This is more of a line that was, what does it have to do to be on the positive side. So on the other side of this is where do you see that there might be some support? Well, you can see there could be some support in this area right through here. In fact, we really don't need this line anymore. So the support line is in the dailies are coming in around the range, prior range. So we're inside that support area as we're looking at right now. They could stop the downward movement at any point, meaning, they want to stop it. You're looking at the hourlies. We can see yesterday was an interesting day, as I talked about the range breakout. We had a range breakout both on the high side and the low side. It went 12p both directions. So from the high to the low was a pretty nice range. I mean, it went from 71.40 down to, well, it ended up at 69.09 at the end of session. So if you're looking at that, I mean, that was what, $2.50 move roughly in one trading day, which, you think, well, I've seen days that it's went $4. I've seen days it's went $3. But what I'm saying is that it was a day that that the market kind of needs to break out of a range right here. So is Tuesday going to show some more we're going to see a further sell-off? I mean, this is actually Wednesday. We're going to see a further sell-off? I don't know. I mean, just that's hard to tell. Going down to 15 minutes, let's see where the 200 bar is. This is where it's up at pivot. In the 5 minute, it's closer. This definitely doable to reach back to the 5 minute 200 bar. That might come into play today if the market wants to go up. And just to see how far away it is on the hourly. Hourly is inside here too, so that might come into play too. So what we want to keep track of is where the hourly and where the 5 minute 200 bar is today, and see if that plays off of it in between there and pivot. Right now we can see that the market's trying to support above the S1 line. Alright, so that does it for our debriefing. Now it comes down to just being patient and wait to see what the market wants to give us. Once I see it, I'll be back. I'll talk to you in a bit. Alright, so what's the hardest thing to do, in my humble opinion as a trader? Is to stay away from areas that you see there could be a possibility. Or like right now. We talked about where the market could go up. It could go up to somewhere between maybe the 5-minute 50 bar, 200 bar, excuse me, to the hourly 200 bar. I mean, this is some levels that the market could run to. 69, looks like 27.30, 69.30, 69.25, roughly 24, and it looks like we're getting there close to it, pretty close to it now. And you look at this, you think, well, I want to be short right here, and no, I want to be long here. And this is not a bad move right now, this long coming off here. But when we look at volume, we see this, and then we see this. So 842, that's still not 1,000, but it's better. You can see the blues coming across, and why are we seeing them now? Because of the technicals that are coming into play up here around the 25, 31 area, roughly, depending upon how you're looking at that 200 bar. So honestly, I believe we're going to reach up to at least that 25.31 and maybe even make a run for pivot. Pivot would put the mark at the up move around 70. So I mean, it could easily run up, but I haven't seen the red side of the market, and right now obviously it's this down here. Well, what I'm trying to say, I guess, long story short, is what did we see? We saw this here, and then we saw this here. So there was no confirmation that that was the down end of the down right here. So in my humble opinion, that didn't show me anything. Now maybe if we look back from previous low being down here to the low right here, well then maybe it makes a little bit more sense, but still it doesn't help. There's no volume help at this point to let me know that that move is consistently going to be over or done. So I'm expecting the market to reach back at least to, if we look here, it's already reached the 5-minute line, and it's closing in on the hourly line. So it could stop here or it could move up towards pivot. But I want to see a volume bar, ideally above 1,000 at minimum right now, to get me kind of excited to want to do anything. So this breakout coming up here, well, maybe we could have played it at some point, and maybe if I had that in my plan at some point, I can take that move and then, looking to exit up here quickly. So that's a possibility that we can maybe start thinking about. Ideally, I wanted to see some volume on this down move, and what I saw was equal amount of volume on both sides, pretty much between the 8 o'clock to the 8:02 mark, and then we started seeing some blues coming in now, but I still think we got some upside pressure to run here. We'll see. Be back in a Alright, I'm debating about an entry point at 26, but not going after a 1R stop. Use just and the reason being is that we're at the 200 bar. We're at the 200 bar, and we might have a move down. Looking at the 200 bar on the hourly chart, we might see a move down, but I'll want to limit my loss to just the high of the move right now. I'm looking at this mark right there and see if we can reach back down. So taking one shot at the 200 bar SMA line on the hourly chart. So if we reach back down, 1R, or 1P, excuse me, is 69.09. See if we can reach into that little level here. That'll get us to break even. If it comes back up to 34, then we're going to go up. Maybe we might go as high as pivot. So I'm willing to risk, was this 8 ticks, to take a shot if this is going to be the stop of the move. GAN is 68.16, so I'm going to adjust for that. Call it 17 for now, just to get it out of the way. And we'll just see if this works out or not. Using a technical signal around the 200 bar SMA on the hourly charts. And then sit here and see what happens. So I'm going to pause the video and we'll see where we go. Alright, that did not work out. Obviously have more upside potential left. I took a shot around that 200 bar on the hourly chart and it wants to move higher. So now that's out of the way. Now I'm looking for high volume. Nothing less than 1,000 in volume to make any further trades. Once I see it, I'll be back. So that first trade, we only took a -8. I only wanted to risk a little bit there because if that would have been the stop of the movement, it would have went on down. It obviously decided that it's got more business to do here. So we'll see. Wait. Be patient. There's always plenty of time to lose money in the trading. So the hard part is to learn when to trade, when to take on the trade. But I did like that setup. And what setup that I used was well, maybe I got in a little bit early on it and now it's going to head down, but it went to it and it looked like it was going to stop there, and so I took it on. Now I'm going to wait for volume. I'm not going to try it again and double up my loss. In the back of my head, what I'm thinking is, why didn't I take more profit yesterday? Why did I, hindsight's a killer. I mean, yesterday it had the opportunity to run that 70 barrel. I talked about 70 barrel, a downside potential yesterday, and of course the market went to 69.09 as a low, and my entry point was good. My exit point was decent. I mean, it was a 3P target, but we could have got so much more. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know how other. I mean, anytime I have a 3P target on the table, I like to tighten the stop up and get it whenever I get an opportunity, because I know those trades don't come in very often. And at that point in time, you just didn't know the market was going to run at that point to continue to come on down. I could have easily done what's been done all summer long. It could have stopped there and went back up, and I could have got maybe 10 ticks, or maybe a break-even trade that I've seen over and over and over again. Like I said, the only way that I know how to take on that particular trade on that kind of environment from yesterday is if I'm able to use my tortoise and hare strategy, where the hare gets that 3P and the tortoise is after the longer target. I just not been able to efficiently introduce the second contract inside either the 30K or the 50K. Both of them have, and I'm not willing to spend, well, now I'm not willing to spend any more than $150 a month on a combine, and then with the resets being $100. I'm just not willing to spend it. So now I said I'm not willing to spend. Now I need to find trade setups that have a higher probability to win, or get out of the market quickly on some of the ones like I just showed just then. So now, knowing that I need 1,000 on that bar, if I don't see 1,000, then I'm not going to trade. I'm not going to waste any more of my money, even if the market goes from here down to 68 a barrel. I just not going to do it, because right now, honestly speaking, with the volume that I'm seeing, we could just as easily run to $70 a barrel as go down to 69 right now. Even though we're 33 ticks away from 69, this market could easily run to 70 a barrel if it wants to. All right, that's my preaching for right now. I'm out, and I'll be back if I see something I want to trade, or at least attempt to trade. Be back. All right, we're starting to see some escalation here. Moving up to the high of the market, 69.57. Obviously, it looks like we're going to knock that out. What I want to measure here is the Fibonacci retracement inside the range. Let's see what that's telling me. So 69.72, $70 a barrel, all that within reach. Let's hold that on the hourly chart. So it looks like pivot point is in play. All this volume, and none of it's over 1,000 yet, though. It's getting closer. 889, and then offsetting 838. So those two offset each other. We will see. Closing in on the high, it should push through it, and then maybe you'll see some volume above that, but we'll see what we see. I really don't believe 69.57 is going to hold. All right, and then we have some Fibonacci numbers. I'm just going to throw out the last digits of this. 69, 72, and then we have 70.04. So we have pivot point at roughly 69.99 today. Alright, so I'll be back after we reach that level. Alright, so we've made a new high. And don't know where we're going to go from here, but we've definitely made a new high. Obviously, I think we can get to 62. Actually, I think we can get to pivot. You know, damn, it would have been nice to have been able to have been long this whole time. I didn't see volume on the red side to warrant anything to go long here. But it's done nothing but gone up pretty much. High of 59, so we made a last high before this was 57. Now it's at 59. I think we still got some more business to do up. Be back. So I'm not going to get trapped here. I'm not going to take this. I believe that we still got some upside potential to run the Fibonacci numbers around 72 to even the pivot right now without any volume indicator here. We have, I don't know, just haven't seen volume to offset the upward movement yet. Even if it comes down here, I just think it might be a temporary. The only thing I can say is that the market only went high by 2 ticks, so it could have warranted a trade right underneath here. It would have been a difficult one, 53, and it was definitely a possibility, but it's not something I was willing to do in this ascending market that we probably have pivot point to some Fibonacci numbers right now being able to be hit. Still going to wait for volume. I'm going to wait for volume, pretty much. That's what I'm waiting on now. Alright, Bugs Bunny trade. Can't beat them, join them. I believe that we can run the $70 a barrel mark today, and I'm hoping I can catch it. I'm looking at the crossover of the 200 bar first time today, and then be able to catch it on the up move. We'll run with a 14 tick stop, trailing obviously. See if we can catch this move that perhaps wants to run to 70 a barrel. Of course, now I'm going to get caught, right? Such is life. Jesus Christ. Damn it. Talk about getting hit. Damn. Well, I caught that frickin' minor high. Wow. That one hurt. Alright, so what I didn't see is high volume to get involved in the short. So what I was thinking incorrectly was that we were showing from here we had higher lows, and I was looking at this as a low that I didn't want it to go underneath. Obviously it did, but it would go up from here, and it was a decent trade setup, but obviously the market had its own little thing that it wants to do. So this is the low, and we only busted the high by 1 tick. So normally I want to be short when that kind of situation is. We haven't had a volume bar above 1,000 right now, and now I'm down 21 ticks overall. I'm regulated down to 1 trade here, and I just don't want to gamble at this point. Reach back to the 200 bar on the 5-minute chart here. I mean, I believe the market's going to go up for some time, but that doesn't mean, you know, I mean, it knocks me out here even though it could go down just as easy as up. And I don't, honestly, there shouldn't have been any trades if I'm looking at 1,000 trade bar today. There hasn't been for the session, there hasn't been a volume bar above 1,000. So I've lost 21 ticks on my own discretion today. It happens. Alright, I didn't see this down at all based upon volume, and it's obviously going down. This is the first bar above 1,000 right here. Going down to the lows here at 67. Gee whiz. Talk about being on the wrong side of the market. So we see these two bars here offsetting. Then we see the move that goes higher by one tick, and then we have our sell-off. Stuff to learn from, right? It's about all you can do from something like that. I'm going to pause here because it's a little bit of indecision here. And so if it would have been perfect and Johnny on the spot and caught this at 53, or 51, it really doesn't matter, let's call it 52. That would have made a 3p down move to 69.01. Four is 84. Five is 66, which did not run yet. We also haven't run the low yet. It pushed off of it, trying to push off of the 67 mark. Let's plug the high in at 69.59 today. Let's plug the low in 68.67. We've been as high as 69, so we've been 5p up, and we've been 5p down so far. $200 up here. Really don't want to get involved in this long until the 200 bar catches up. But we do have a short signal at 75 now. Alright, if I'm filled, I'll be back. So a downward target, if filled, I'm still looking for the GAN of 68.16 to 67.77. I'll set up for 6777 for now. So let's see how far that is. 68.75 minus 6777 is 98 ticks. Call it 97. I believe we're going to run the lows. So the higher we move up, the better off we're going to be when the market does come back down. This is kind of an exhaustion up move before it heads back down, in my humble opinion. We need to cross back over the 200 bar, come back through, and then come back around, kind of like what I did before, but got caught. So I'll be back if I get filled. Alright, I'm going to use the 200 bar with this 91 to go short. Looking at a fake out to head back down. Alright, better or loss. Let's see what happens here. I've been wrong all day. Don't want to be on a 5. Guess we'll air to 6. Jeez. So bring us to 31 at 01. Downward target 6777. What do I not want to see? I really don't want to see 91 now. I want to see us run the 67 mark. Run the lows. Alright, do we have enough? Are we high enough to be able to run the lows now? Guess we're getting ready to find out. The 1P target right now, 91 is 74, which we just ran 74 right there and through it. Now we're officially at break even, and now we see our first high volume red bar as we cross down underneath, which makes sense because we just busted the lows. Let's go ahead and lock in 5. Looking for 6777. At bottom, I'm looking for 6816. 6816, 6777. That's kind of the targets I'm hunting for. Wow, look at that coming off of that. Very violent up move right there. Can we hold? Going to go with only a 2-tick win here. $68.57 is 2P. $68.40 is 3. So I'm looking for 68.16 to 6777. Hopefully we can run it. Hopefully this is a blow off volume bar that'll send it lower. 2206, highest volume is on the red side now. 2206. Will that stop the market from heading up? I mean heading down? I don't know. I'm going to say right now that's just a bar that coincides with a lot of traders on the lows trying to protect their long trade coming into the morning. This might be the best I do today. Need to get through that 60 mark and then see what's down there. If we get underneath this 60, then we've got a chance. I'm going to pause here. It's either running me out or it's going low. All right, we're back to the lows. Can we break through? What's underneath here? Broke through by 1. 68.59. Is that as low as we're going today? Went one tick lower. Jesus. Oh my God. So right now what we know is that we have a dollar range. 68.59 to 68. 69.59 to 68.59. Manipulation at its ultimate max today. I don't know if this can hold or not, but they manipulated it down to 59 and brought it up. If we go back down there, we should bust through. That's a big if, though. Here's S1 we need to get to, 68.50. And there's our target laying in front of the S2 line, if we can get it. Getting crushed with manipulation today. And it took me out. Unbelievable. Everything's believable in trading, but that was an unbelievable upswing move there that just bastardly decided to make a move. One tick lower. On low volume. This one right here was the high volume bar. Came down all the way down. One tick lower. I really debated about taking it out here, but it was such a quick moving market I didn't have a chance. Alright, I'm going to debate about what I'm going to do, but I was an opportunity to at least get the break even on some of the bad trades today. I just don't have any faith in the long right now. pushing off the S1 line. I'm going to pause here. All right, so I'm debating what to do here without volume. %50 brings it to 69.10. And we see our 200 bar up here. All right, so we went up a tick, went down a tick. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? You see me trailing behind here. I still think we're heading down. Using the Fibonacci numbers to get involved, and hopefully we can run the lows. Still going to go for that 6777. I will come off, we'll go for it. 6777. All right, I don't want to see it come back. All right, probably a little too close there. 94 was the retracement, and then it was back down again. Used a fake out to get involved in that one. All right, on the 5-minute chart, what we've done, we've run back to, depending upon how you look at it, I think the market can reach back up anywhere in from here to here. It might easily run back to the 200 bar SMA on the 5-minute chart and then show its true move. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? So that can make the market run to around 69.10 to 69.22 to then hopefully we'll see some high volume on the blue side to offset the red. That was insane. It comes down by one tick and stops on the dime. I mean, it pretty much did it on the other side too. If we look at the high was 57 right here at last night at 2030, excuse me. We come up here to 69 was the high. 69, here's the high today. 69.59. So it went up 2 ticks higher, and it went lower by 1 tick. Well, actually, I guess it went lower by from it was low previous was 67 and went to 58, 50. I think it was 67. Then we went to like 61 or something, then down to 59. Anyway, so long story short, we were at 60 here, and then we went to 59. Okay, that's what we did. We went to 60, then 59, and the previous low before that was at 67, and before that was the 80s mark. Oh, wait a minute. It was down here at 67. Try to stay away from this until I see volume now. I'm going to pause and make this part 1 of the video. Alright, I think the hardest thing, start at part 2, I think the hardest part about this is not allowing myself to take a bad trade right now. Because honestly, I don't think we're done going up, but I don't know for sure because volume is, well, the highest volume bar is red. So right now what I'm going to say is that this is a tendency of the market to go up. Now, is the up done at this level, or do we have more to go? I don't know. But you can definitely see that this influenced the market to head up. It was not 2206 coming in at 925. So I mean, it comes down here, makes a double bottom, and if I would have been Johnny on the spot, I could have been at break even on the day. But I'm really looking for a bigger move. So we will see. Time related, we're at 10:03. What time is it right now? 10:02 on the clock. So we've been at this for 2 hours and 2 minutes now. So I believe the market's got one final push left in it for the day. What I don't know is this final push going to be up or down. Looking at the hourly chart, let's see what's happened today. Let's get rid of this. It's about as ugly as it can get, really. We have a new hour here. This is the 15-minute chart. We're fighting around the 6,900 level now. So we've come off 40 ticks, I guess, off the lows. So it looks like if the market gets down here to the 87 mark, 88 mark, we have a chance of heading down. Ideally, I'd like to see a high blue bar volume, though. Honestly, what I think is in play is going to be this 200 bar up here again, or close to it. That's what I'm kind of waiting on to see if we can get above the 10 to 22 mark and what happens up here. Fake out entry at 08, call it 07. Going to use this blue bar right there. What a strong move off the bottom there. There's 22. $13 to short now. We're using that Fibonacci number on the 22 mark to go short. 50% retracement. And also using this blue bar. Fake out entry. Going to go after the 68.16 off of 10 ticks off of that. 68.27. All right, I don't want to see 69.13 now. Either it wants to go down or it doesn't. $69.13, what I need is $68.96 for a 1p move right now. $68.96. We're caught in which way it wants to run. Is it the true move going up, the true move going down? I don't want to gamble anything more than the entry point. We're locking it. Oh, shit. All right, I got to remember that that got replaced, so I have to go Johnny on the spot and flatten out. This will produce another entry point. Let's see if we can run the lows now. I still like 6777. Of course, I'd love to see it, but I still like it. I still think we can hit it if the market wants to run. We'll go ahead and protect 69.11 now. Trying to win back today, being down 19 ticks. This could just be a minor retracement before it heads up too, though. So that's what I'm protecting against right now, is the minor retracement, that the true move is really up. And we're just caught on a minor retracement before it goes to $70 a barrel. So it's either running 70 or it's going down. So that's my thought process right now. So therefore, I don't want to be caught in a market that I'm wrong. So let's take some profit and call it a day if I get knocked out here. Although it'll be a losing day for me overall. But hey, it's not too bad. I could have done a lot worse today. My worst trade, getting hit with that 13 tick hit, that sucked. Or 14. I think it was 13 when it hit me, knocked me out. Because it went one tick my favor, and then it said, F you, buddy, I'm going this way. 1P has been run. Now it's a matter of how much profit can we get. 2P, 3P, who got the P? I don't. All right, now 79. Then 62. That'll be a 3P move to 62 if we can get it. Go test the lows again. If we get down to 62, I'll protect the 79 area. Used a fake out entry to get in at the 200 bar. I mean, at the, well, it's a combination of the 200 bar and the 50% retracement line on the session. So obviously what I'm hoping is that we would have dropped a lot deeper before the retracement right now. Can something work out for me today? We need to fall right now. Got my finger on the pull orders, because if this gets hit right here at 12, it's going to produce another order to go long, and I don't want to be in it, because I hit the button twice and knocked out the other side of this trade. Come on, baby, go down now. Come on, show your true colors. My true colors coming through. That's why I love you. We'll go ahead and protect 11 now. That retracement went to 08. We'll protect 3 ticks above 08. So we're in good position now. It's just a matter of, does the market want to run with us, or does it want to go up? I don't know. But I was willing to take on the short because we're trading pivot to S1. Still making. I'd like to see us get through that 59 level and see what's underneath there. So maybe the market needed to go up this far to be able to head down. That's my hopes. It's good to have a dream. My dream is we'll see 6777 and lower today. We'll have a continuation move today, and then we'll see some capitulation on the short side, long side, and then maybe the market will decide that it's done going down. We're in good position if it wants to run, though. All right, I'm going to pause here, and that knocks me out. I'll be back. I think we can get under this 68.99. Look, it's 135 there. If we can get below that, we have a chance. We need to knock that out. There it goes. Now we ran that through that. Let's see what happens now. Eat those contracts up. Hopefully we can continue on down. Now they eat them up just to drive it up. Sure looking that way. Come on, baby. Come on down. Come on down now. New lows, new lows. We want new lows. New lows now. Go, 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 go. New lows now. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get through that 59 mark. Let's run now. Come on. Push. Get through. Come on now. Let's go hit the new lows. Let's go revisit 59. Come on now. $79 is next target down if we can get it.
Now, what do we not want to see? I don't really want to see anywhere near 69.10. So I want to see us push the lows now or not. And if it doesn't, obviously, then so be it. All right, so this is a 2P move down here to 79. And a 3P move, let's release the charts and show. So what I want to do, that's a 2P down move. What I want to do is if we get down to 3, down to the lows, I want to protect 2. In fact, I want to make today a positive day right now because it's been a pain in my ass today. I'm up 17 ticks right now. And I screwed up that one trade. $87 is 1.5p. So that's what I'm after. That's what I've got on now. It's not a lot of profit, but it's a winning day and a day that's kicked my ass pretty much the whole day. All right, +8 on the day. I don't know. Probably could have done better. Oh, wait a minute. Get out of all those other trades. Make sure I don't have anything on, because that opened up to a new trade. I don't know. I mean, I think we're heading down, but today was rough for me. Today was a rough trading day. It tricked me a couple times, and I'm going to take the profit, and I'm going to do what I do now, and you're going to watch me do it. I don't care. I got to get to where I don't care about what happened. I was able to get myself positive on the day. It's time to relax. It's time to regroup and then come back and look at the charts after the 2:30 mark, or 1:30 Central Time, 2:30 my time. All right, this is Dave Knight here at 123 Day Trade. I'm done on my day. I hope you were able. That was just in some insane movement today. I feel fortunate that I went on the positive side right now, so I'm gonna hit the relax button and I'm gonna call it a day. Bye for now.